from the very get-go, we all knew that we wanted to do the duality between beauty of a untouched like tropical island, beautiful decor, like lush vegetation, and we wanted to balance it with like savage aspects. Like we wanted to add a certain gritty aspect. Whether it be like through the characters or the environments, we knew we wanted to constantly like balance those two. Like on one side, you have these environments which are like, oh, wow, I'd like to go over there and have a vacation over there. But on the other side, you have that violent aspect of the characters who live there, the villages that are falling apart, the brutality of existence on this island. This we all knew, so we based ourselves, like we did some visual the research for both, and this was the inspiration for Far Cry 3. About 3 years of production. The most challenging part was the sheer size of the environment that we wanted to do. And we knew from the start that we wanted to create like a very, very big environment for the player to be able to explore, but to be able to manage and to control this entire area, that was the biggest challenge. We had to find ways to have a process of creation that meant that it could be easily repeatable, but sometimes we don't want to bore the player with always the same thing, always around. So balancing a gigantic area with a way of working that meant that we were able to spend enough time to make every single one of those areas look the way we wanted it to look, that was the biggest challenge. In the background production, and this was really early in the production. As soon as it was brought, I think everybody on the floor, we looked at him like he's got something. There's something about Vaas that drives it's not only gonna drive the player, but I mean it actually like drove us like in the creation of Far Cry 3. I mean we based off Vaas, and we're like, this represents Vaas. This environment, this is what he would do. I mean, if he had control over these people, I mean, this is what he would do. This is how he would do things. We wanted to create an environment that was borderline too big for the player. I mean, we wanted to allow the player to go ahead, explore. I mean, and everything is dynamic. I mean, the pirates are going all over the island. They're patrolling. They're trying to find you. The villagers, they're doing their own thing. I mean, we have animals. We have tigers. We have like they're going around the island. I mean, you could literally like spend days just going around this island without doing like any like mission specific elements. The main difference between Far Cry 3 and any other shooter that we have right now on the market is we are not trying to create a typical shooter. I mean, typically a shooter is going to involve like a military figure, like somebody who's used to like handling guns and encountering those situations. He's a bionic commando. He's a warrior. In our situation in Far Cry 3. He's a tourist. I mean, he's just a regular Joe, a young guy, doesn't know what he's got himself involved, but he's been dropped in this situation, and he needs to find a way to save his friends, find a way to get off this island. Ubisoft Montreal, I mean, it's got to be a unique environment where there's so much creativity going around, and one thing about working here is you're given so much freedom. You have a creative direction, you have a visual direction, but outside of that, as long as you follow the basic guidelines, you are free to bring out your own creative energy. You can find new ways to dress an area. You can find new ways to I'm gonna create this, I'm gonna find this, what if I try to do this? And all of this is a freedom that's given to you to bring about a product like Far Cry 3 over here at Montreal Studio.